We are live. We are live. What's up, beautiful people? My knockouts. This is Nikki with Homeschool Knockouts. I have a glow like a UFO emanating from my forehead. Let's turn this light down. Thank you guys. Thank you guys. I'm a little late, but thank you. Thank you for coming through. This will be a short video. But to clean up, to finish some unfinished business, for those of you that were in my last broadcast, move this out the way, and I told you I would be making a block schedule for you, a weekly block schedule. It is on my community page on my channel. So go to Homeschool Knockouts, click on the community tab, and it's the first, well, depending on when you watch this, it's the first post, and I have a link to the block schedule. I made 3 different versions. You have a multicolored one, like a primary color, maybe for your little ones. I have if you don't want to use up all your ink, I understand. There's just a black and gray one. And then if you want a little pink, I was going to make like a whole bunch of more colors, but I ran out of time. So this block schedule goes from 6 in the morning until 6 in the evening. They are 30-minute intervals. And at the top part, you have your priorities for the week, because we do want to bring in atomic habits, right? You have your priorities for the week, and you can put here the week of, the semester right here, fall or spring. And if you need to see, what day you're on, you have the little lines right here. So you can write down like the 18th, the 19th, the 20th, or something like that. And with the priorities, you have the little blocks so you can check off what you get done. And also for priorities, that could be your wins. So remember to think about your little wins throughout the day and then put it up here, okay? Because that will eventually become a priority. So those are on my community tab right now for you guys. So go get those. All right. So I have to apologize in advance. Today's topic is 5 solid reasons why I love this writing curriculum. And for those of you who have been with me for a while, you know that is writing and rhetoric. Writing and rhetoric. I got every book. 8, 9, 10. Well, the rest are my kids' work boxes. So we're going to jump right into it because I have to leave, because for those of you who do know, I am redoing my backyard, and we have some people working in the backyard, and I don't want them to ruin my grapevine because they are dangerously close to cutting one of the roots. Okay, so I don't have book 1, but I do have a video. I'll put in the description below. I do have a video. I have 2 videos on book 1, which is Fables, and I go into how I use it, the pros, the cons. I do a review, a walk through, all of that stuff. Let me take this off. I just got this for my birthday, but the chain is too long. All right, so the first thing I love, first of all, okay, if anyone has any questions about writing and rhetoric, go ahead and put that in the chat. If you use writing and rhetoric, put a 1 in the chat. Put a 1 in the chat if you use writing and rhetoric. I got a bird's nest up here. All right. Does anyone use writing and rhetoric? Are you thinking about using writing and rhetoric? Anybody? Well, if you change your mind and want to answer, go ahead and put that in the chat. All right. So I'll start with what I like. The first thing I like about writing and rhetoric, and no, I'm not affiliated with them in any way, shape, or form. As a matter of fact, they need to reach out to me. But I get no compensation for this. I am just a please mom trying to get through life using their writing curriculum. So the first thing I like about writing and rhetoric is the price, okay? Now, for writing and rhetoric, you're going to need 2 books, the student book and then the teacher's book. Now, these are 2 different books, but this is what the teacher's book will look like. It will say, I don't really need all this ring light on here. Let's move this. It will say teacher's edition, right? So you know immediately what book you're grabbing. Now, do you really need the teacher's book? Yes and no. in a way, it's really just a student book with some extra stuff thrown in. But some of the extra stuff is so crucial, like dictation. I mean, if you want to go with their dictation, and the dictation kind of ties into the theme of that lesson, which I think is actually quite brilliant. But if you have dictation that you want to use on your own, it's not a break or make deal if you did not get the teacher's edition. If you're strong with your writing and your grammar skills, if you're a little bit shaky, or you don't have time to look things up so you can check your child's work, then go ahead and get the teacher's edition. The student book is like $11-12, and the teacher's book, I think, like $20. So like $30, just say like $30 for a set, and you can get through a book in a semester. If you cut out the grammar, you can get through, they gotta be Jedi to do this, but you can get through 2 books in a semester. Okay, it just depends on what kind of pace you want to use. One thing about well, I'll say that for later. So for the price, number one, I'm all about the price. The price works for me because it's really easy to put in the budget. Also, if you have multiple kids, that adds up. So a couple Starbucks coffees for a couple of kids books is not the end of the world. So I like the price about it. 2, open and go. What do I mean by this? Now let me find one that doesn't have my child's first and last name. Okay, open and go. So open and go. Well, first of all, for new homeschoolers, or for parents who are shaky about or just don't want to really teach writing, it's open and go, in that you don't have to print and collate and go grab this resource and these materials to teach the lesson. You grab the book and you go to your child and teach. Okay. Now, what each book has in writing and rhetoric, it has a typical teaching week. Okay. And you have the option of teaching this 3 days a week or 4 days a week. Okay. And if you check out my video, and I didn't link it now, but I'll do it after the video. I always say that, but I will do that. In one of my videos, I show you how to chop this up and teach it 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days a week, depending on the skills and the patience, your patience and your child's skill. But so this is like a little hand holding. So it's like, we got y'all. Classical Academic Press, the publishers of this curriculum, we got you. This is what you can do to get through the week. So I like curriculum that gives you a typical week, just to kind of give you some kind of benchmark, whether you want to go below it, add it, or above it. At least let you know this is one way to do it, and then you can take it and go on for what it's worth. Okay, so this is book 2, narrative 1. Now, why I like the open and go is that not only are you getting the writing, the narratives, the copy work, the dictation, you don't need anything. Okay, you really don't need anything. So if your time is short, if you have a whole bunch of kids, if you got someone sick, are you pregnant, you got a lot of you single mom, and you got boom boom boom, this is really, really good because there is a routine built into this program. It builds independence. Your child knows what's coming, but not in a way that's formulaic. It's like, how you give your kid 5 clothing options. Okay, you got these 5 outfits you can wear out today. Now you gave your kid the framework, right? You gave them the parameters. Now they get to choose. They get to feel like they're making a choice and they're involved in their day by choosing what. Okay. Now you just say, go pick something out and let's go. Child, they'll be sitting there for 2 hours trying to figure out what to put on, or they put on something and change their mind. But if you help to guide them with guidelines, then there's not too much, to choose from. Like when you're walking down a cereal aisle and you got 2,000 boxes, if you just say, hey, this row right here, or this part of the aisle and back, so you just want to be able to, you're not overwhelming them. It's a routine. It's something where they can get comfortable with what is expected of them, so they don't have to think about what the expectations are, and then they can just focus on doing the work. And with that comes independence. Okay, so I like it for that. So that takes us to my third reason for liking this program, which are all the different intangibles. Okay, all the soft skills that come with this program. So, and then after I go through my 5 reasons, I'll do a flip through a couple of the books. So if you don't want to teach grammar, right? Grammar is built into this. Let me show you a couple of pages. Grammar is built into this. Lord, do y'all have kids that write notes in the book to you like, Mom, this lesson sucked, or Mom, can I do this again? Like the same page. Well, my kid, they're like, if something was hard or something was really easy, they write a little note. Told you, Mom, it was easy. So anyway, so you got okay, so let's see. So this is what like a grammar page looks like. Just one page. This one is talking about verbs, things like that. So you get your writing in, and then you get, let me show you some more, that's copy work. Let me show you some more grammar stuff. Okay. All right. Yeah, some of these we skip because my children, we use well-ordered language and Michael Clay Thompson's grammar, so we didn't need grammar. But what's his name on here? No. But this is what some of the grammar looks like, okay? And it's not, like basic boring grammar stuff. It's very thoughtful, okay? Very thoughtful, and it effortlessly moves from grammar to writing to dictation to critical thinking with writing, how to manipulate a sentence forward, backwards, upwards, backwards, all kinds of ways. So I like that it teaches grammar. Obviously, it teaches writing. So that's 2 for 1 right there, right? You also get reading. Let me show you some of the reading passages. Let me go into another book. As you get further, where's book 5? As you get further in to the into the series, you have every lesson has a story, and it's a classical story or a very well-known story, a piece of literature. Okay, so you'll get lots of reading. This is the teacher's edition. And sometimes the reading might be 3, 4, 5 pages back and forth. Now these books are kind of big. They're bigger than your average 8 by 10 piece of paper. So you do get a good amount of reading, and the reading is quality reading. Okay, so if you want to here's more. If you want to get more reading in, but also along with the lesson. Actually, there's a lot more. There are more that are longer than that. Let me find some more. So you get that. So you get grammar, you get writing, you get reading. All right, here's one. So and the reading could be history. So you get a cross reference of a lot of different types of reading materials. You get poetry. Okay, so. And some of the stories are longer, some are shorter. So you get a nice little mix up of that. Okay. You also get life skills. Okay. So as you're trudging through all of this reading and writing and grammar and all of that, you're starting to learn independence, right? You're learning how to do, especially if you're chopping it up in a certain way. So your child knows, okay, on Tuesdays, I know I'm having my long reading passages. On Wednesday, I know it's going to be easy. It's going to be kind of grammar. Your child can start, especially when they get older. I would say like book 6 and up is where you can start really honing in on your time management skills with your children. How are they going to break up what they want to do with this book, right? They might not want to do the order that is recommended in here. Okay, maybe they might want to have some say so. Maybe they might want to do all their readings on Monday and then do the work throughout the week, or maybe they only want to do the writing stuff on Fridays. The world is open to where your child can actually take ownership of the work and decide what they want to do, or they just want to do just page by page as it comes along. They can do that. But when I'm talking about life skills, as we're reading these stories, the stories are, this is how I became a convert with this. My youngest son did book one, Fables, and a lot of the fables, Aesop fables and other fables, they teach life lessons, right? And so there was something we were doing. You'll have to watch my video to hear about this, but something happened in real life, and he equated it to something from the book. He actually made a quote about it. I was like blown away. I'm like, he really remembered that. So I was so impressed with it. It happened again that I took I think my oldest was in 6th or 7th grade, and I gave him, because he was doing Michael Clay Thompson, I think. I took him and I gave him book one, which is like for 3rd and 4th graders, but it was so good. I wasn't expecting that benefit. I was not expecting that at all. So actually, if the program was smart, they would kind of put that in their marketing materials. But that's what we want. We want our kids to be able to take what they're learning, know why are we learning this, and then connect it to life, to their life, to the world around them. And that's exactly what was going on. So I drug my child back, my 6th or 7th grader, to the 3rd, 4th grade version, and he loved the stories. He loved making those connections. So that's where your life skills comes in. What are your character traits in yourself and in others? What do you see in others? What are non-negotiables that you see in others and in yourself? So as you're reading these stories, I think why it connects is because the stories that are thoughtfully included are, number one, great works of literature, or very compelling stories that children can really relate to and see it unfolding. So I did not expect that when I bought the curriculum. It was a really nice side effect. So with the program, you're getting not just a writing program, you're getting a light grammar program. Now, don't make this just your regular grammar program. If they're younger, that's fine. But as they get older, you might want to supplement with something meatier with grammar. As a journalism degree holding person, I can't even say that right. I would recommend you do a little bit more grammar. But it's a writing program, it's grammar, it's reading, it's life skills. Okay, that's 4 right there. So those are some great reasons to get that, especially if you got a crazy life going on, or you want to get more meat out of a program, a curriculum. That is a good bet. Any questions so far? Anybody have any questions? Y'all quiet tonight. Is it Tuesday? I should be the one tired. My birthday was last night. We were up late last night, and I had a job. You saw what I had to do to get up today. Okay. Number 4. Okay. For the 5 solid reasons. Number 1 is the price. Number 2, it is open and go. Truly. Number 3, you get 4 subjects in one, basically: reading, writing, grammar, life skills. Okay. Number 4, for my 4th reason why I like this solid writing program, is because it is adaptable. Now, I have a master's in education with a focus on course development and curriculum design. So I know what good curriculum is. I know what useful and practical curriculum is, and I know what bad curriculum is. Now, what I like, now, you're not going to find everything you need in one curriculum, just like you ain't going to find everything you need in one man or in one woman or in one house or in one car or in one school. There are compromises to make. Now, for this program, oh, here we go. I love it, but there are some things about it that I don't like. Just like I don't like that my husband has to brush, floss, use the water pick, and do 2 other things. What we do for our skincare routine, he does for his mouth. And I'm like, that's so overkill. But I still love him. So I deal with it. Okay. And then there's like water everywhere. But I'm not gonna throw him out just because kick him to the curb because of that. Just like you wouldn't, get rid of a curriculum because it's something small and minor that might not mesh well with you. Now, the one thing about with writing and rhetoric, especially with book 2, book 1 is just fabulous, but book 2 and book 3 teaches narrative writing and outlining at the same time. I am not a big proponent of teaching outlining through the lens of narratives. I think that's very hard. It's very subjective. Writing's already subjective. Using stories is very subjective. And when you're going through book 2 and 3, the narratives, Book 2 is narrative 1. So it's really just introducing you to, narratives, different types of narratives, right? And then book 3, you do narrative writing in book 2, but book 3 really takes off with narrative 2. Now, I don't agree with teaching outlining through narratives, okay? I didn't care for their narrative exercises and their outlining exercises. So I went on Amazon and I got a 20 pages, 23-page, really thin book on outlining. I love this. My kids love this. And see, this is one I think I know about an extra one. Okay, yeah. And it looks like this. Grades 3 through 4. It goes up to like grades 8 or something like that. But just buy one version because actually the book is identical every grade level. They just slap a different cover on it. So don't fall for the scam, y'all. So what I liked about this was that this is what I would have liked to have seen in how to dissect an outline and all the steps and what those steps entail. You see all that? Writing and rhetoric doesn't do that. It is very, very abstract. And outlining is like I do videos for you guys. I outline what I'm going to talk about. Outlining in college and high school is key, And if you don't, you're hoping that you somehow take good notes, right? So, and it starts off very easy, right? I even have my oldest son do this. As a matter of fact, I talked to his 9th grade teacher last year about outlining because kids do have a problem with this. They don't know when and where to include information sometimes, okay? So, but all that being said, it was easy to adapt this with this. And this was the only thing that I needed to do. Y'all know how I feel about math. Oh my goodness. My old heads, I am knee deep in every math curriculum on the market. And with one of my favorite math curriculum, I had to scaffold. I had to bring in additional resources. And what I found was, but it was only like one book was kind of weak in teaching fractions. Another book was kind of weak in teaching equations or so it's not for me to go find source. You ever been to public school or ever taught in public school? If you ever look the old school teachers that had the old metal rusted file cabinets, if you ever look through all of their resources, what's my I'm seeing glitches. Wait, this is more constant private videos. Oh my god, is this private? Wait, you guys can hear me? Put a 1 in the chat. I have no comments. I see a lot of people in here. It's saying YouTube doesn't support comments on private videos. This should not. Is this private? Oh my goodness. Hold on, y'all. Let me see if I can reset this. Audio general. Can I? Oh my goodness. Edit. I'm trying to edit this. Okay. Oh Lord, change. Does it say? Oh my God, it says private. Public. Good Lord have mercy. This broadcast must be scheduled in the future. Please edit the start time. Oh my goodness. That's why people. Oh. Okay. Oh my goodness. Okay, I gotta. Look at. You know what? Okay. Oh my goodness. I'm hoping you guys can hear me. You just can't make a comment. I wonder if I can. Okay, guys. Oh, I'm thinking if I can drop trying to see if I can go into my thing and I can't change it from my phone. Okay. Okay, guys, I'm so sorry. I'm going to end this and start it back up in 20 seconds because I know you're going to have questions. I'm so sorry. I had this on private. Let me just, don't go anywhere. I'm going to end it and come right back, okay? All right, I'll be right back. Oh my goodness.